Good morning, everyone. Today's video, we're going to carve a mushroom. It's pouring rain here. We've had a lot of wind. It wasn't too bad for us here. Some places it got pretty bad and some lost power. But today we're going to carve a mushroom. Carving tutorial. Material? Use just a branch. I went out and actually got these around my yard. I'll show you one made out of that in a minute. That is a dead branch that fell out of a white birch tree on my yard. This is out of my cedar hedge right here. I cut 2-3 of those. This is sumac. Okay. This is a sumac mushroom. Carved a little bigger piece than this. You can use a branch. You can use one that big if you want to. You can use the whole tree. Use your axe to make it. Use chainsaw. It's all the same procedure. It's a little slower with a knife, a little more relaxed. That's sumac. This is basswood. That didn't come from my yard, so I didn't. But that's a basswood, the little rotted bass. It wasn't really rotten, but an old basswood branch. That is from the beach. That one came from that, right there. You can find a nice crook in them. Do something like that. Size isn't important. That one came from, that did not come from my lawn. So that branch is juniper. And I cut that side the road. There was a tree the town mowing knocked down, and I stole some branches because I still wonder what that carve's like. But we have here lilac. Came from my yard, white cedar, and that white birch, and sumac. I will show you something with the sumac real quick. Like sumac has a large heart in it. We're using heartwood. We're using the whole tree, so it is prone to cracking. All you do with that is find a little branch and pound it right down in there. You put a little glue on it and snap it off. And when you carve it, that's going to come right out, and you're not going to have a hole in the middle. And if you look real close, you're going to have a little different wood. I'm not going to use that one today because it's too big, take too long. We're going to do a real quick one because you can do tiny ones. Where is that plastic bucket? Anybody? Yes, right here. Ha! There's a dog I did. That was a first. But you can do little tiny ones down to that size if you so desire. This size here. One thing that people seem to like is a bunch of them glued on a piece of the white birch that I sawed off. While I'm carving, I'll talk a little bit more. All you got to do, you take the branch, it's pretty self-sufficient here. Go around it. Carve it down. Yep, George. My cat's here. Every time I get that camera out, cat shows up. And he will get in the way. And you can do anything you want with that top. We're just doing a real quick top because I don't want the video to go forever. Take your knife. Make a stop cut. Now, I'm going to show something else quickly. Bonnie, if you watch this one, I know you haven't been on YouTube a lot, but I know you said that your hands got sore carving. There's another little secret you can do, and that's why I chose this knife to use. This blade right here is a saw blade. You can do this with a coping saw. But this is nice if you're going out carving in the wild, sit on a stump. Yep, George, you're a good cat. Don't get too annoying here. And you can saw instead of doing your stop cut. And it saves a lot on your hand. It's a little harder to keep the bark on, but just brush it off. It's no big deal. These aren't a real fancy carve to begin with. They can be anything you want them to be before you're done. And I'm just going to trim that up. I think you can see that. Now from this point on, you can go more, give it a longer stem. You can shape your top in more. You can do a this or that. That cat usually never comes around me much. He gets in my lap at night in the rocking chair. But there's something about turning that camera on. You want to be a star, don't you? Mm-hmm. Okay, right here, we're just going to grab the little... This is nothing but a coping saw with a handle. I bought that off eBay. God. 4, 5, 6 years ago. But a handy little thing to have with you that you can use. And there you have a mushroom. That's all you got to do. Free material. Use your jackknife. You're going to want to get your jackknife sharp. I keep a leather strap right handy. And I'm always giving it 10 or 20 on each side. Once you get it there. These Swiss are a nice knife for this because of the saw blade. There you've carved a mushroom. And you can get as fancy or as rough or as crude as you want. That was just a quick one to keep the video short enough to process and get online with. Yes, George, come on up. There's the camera. You're twirling around. There, can you say hi to everybody? You say, my name is George Warleggins. I'm named after a character on TV that was kind of sleazy. You tell everybody have a good day. That's the end of the video.